Good morning! Magandang buhay at mabuting tao. I am Sir CJ Luna and today I will teach you slope of a line. This video lesson is all about slope. You will learn that a slope can be found anywhere, even on the things that surround us. Aside from understanding what a slope is, you will learn also the different ways on how to solve or find the slope given 2 points, a graph, or an equation. After learning the lesson, you are expected to apply the concepts in a real-life situation. Based on the learning competency, this video lesson will help you illustrate and find the slope of a line given 2 points, equation, and graph. Specifically, you are expected to describe and illustrate the slope of a line, explain how to find the slope of a line, determine the slope of a line given 2 points, equation, and graph, and reflect on the relevance of the slope in real-life setting. Have you experienced climbing a hill, a mountain, stairs, or ladders? How about pushing someone on a wheelchair down the ramp? Which do you think is difficult to climb? A very slanting ladder or a less slanting ladder? Do you think there will be a difference in speed when you walk on a flat ground than walking down a hilly road? Would it be possible to walk on the wall? What danger would it cause? In this lesson, you will find out the answers to these questions and determine the importance of learning the slope of a line and its applications. Shown is the picture of Mount Mayon. It is one of the fascinating volcanoes in the Philippines because of its almost symmetrical conical shape. The approximate steepness of the volcano is labeled by the line. The slope of the line can be used to describe how steep Mount Mayon is. So what is the slope of a line? Slope refers to the steepness of a line. Slope is defined as the ratio of the change in y to the change in x. It is represented by m. The vertical change is referred to as the rise and the horizontal change as the run. In symbol, m is equal to rise over run. Slope is equal to rise over run. Let's have the graph of slope of a line. If the slope is positive, then the graph is increasing from left to right. So here is the graph of a positive slope. If the slope is negative, then the graph is decreasing from left to right. So here is the graph of a negative slope. If your slope is 0, then the graph is a horizontal line. If the slope is undefined, then the graph is a vertical line. Finding the slope of a line given 2 points. The slope of a line passing through 2 points is given by the formula m is equal to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 all over x sub 2 minus x sub 1, where x sub 1 is not equal to x sub 2. For example, find the slope of a line passing through the points 2, 3, and 5, 7. So our first point is 2, 3. And the second point is 5, 7. So with these 2 points, let's find the slope of a line. We have this formula. Y sub 2 minus y sub 1 all over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So for the numerator, we will find the difference of our y coordinates. And for the denominator, we will find the difference of the x coordinate. Y sub 2 is equal to 7, and then y sub 1 is equal to 3. So we now have 7 minus 3. And then for your denominator, x sub 2 is equal to 5, x sub 1 is equal to 2. So we have 5 minus 2. Let's solve now. 7 minus 3 is equal to 4. And 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. Since this is already in the lowest term, 4 over 3 is our answer for number 1. Example number 2. Find the slope of the line passing through the points 6, 1 and 8, negative 3. So we have these 2 points. And our formula is equal to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 all over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Y sub 2 is negative 3 minus y sub 1, 1. X sub 2 is 8. So we have here 8 minus x sub 1, 6. Okay, so we have now negative 3 minus 1 all over 8 minus 6. Negative 3 minus 1 is negative 4. X minus 6 is positive 2. And then simplify. Negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. And that's our answer for example number 2. Example number 3. Find the slope of the line passing through the points negative 4, 7, and 0, 7. So again, we will just substitute the values of our x and y to the formula, and we will get this. 7 minus 7, because your y sub 2 is 7, and then your y sub 1 is 7. And then x sub 2 is 0, minus x sub 1, negative 4. 7 minus 7 is 0 over positive 4. So 0 divided by 4 is equal to 0. That means for number 3, the slope is 0. In example number 1, we have a positive slope. In example number 2, we have negative slope. Fourth example. Find the slope of the line passing through the points 5, negative 2, and 5, 3. So your y sub 2 is 3. Y sub 1 is negative 2. So we have here 3 minus negative 2. Okay, next, x sub 2 is 5. Minus x sub 1, 5. So we have 5 minus 5. Let's now solve. 3 minus negative 2 is positive 5. And then 5 minus 5 is 0. So if your denominator is 0, that's equal to undefined. Okay? Again, if your denominator is 0, that means your equation is undefined. This time, we will find the slope of a line given an equation. So our equation should be written in the standard form. Ax plus by equals c. The slope is the ratio of the additive inverse of the coefficient a to the coefficient b. So we have m is equal to negative a over b. Example number 1. Find the slope of our linear equation 4x minus y equals 18. As you can see, our equation is already written in standard form. So we will just identify the coefficients of a and b. So solution, this is our formula, negative a. What's our a? So 4. So we have negative 4. Okay? And then your b is negative 1. Simplify. Negative 1, negative 4 divided by negative 1. Okay, so correct. So the slope is positive 4. We have another way to find the slope of a line if the given is an equation. So here, our equation must be in the slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b, where m represents the slope and b is the y-intercept. Let's have our example in example number 1. 4x minus y equals 18. So, solution, we have to transpose 4x to the right side. So 4x becomes negative 4x. Again, when we are transposing terms, we are changing the sign. So this is positive 4x, and then it became negative 4x. Our y is negative, so we have to make it positive. How are we going to do that? Okay, very good. We will multiply the whole equation by negative 1. So we have now negative 1 times negative y is equal to y. Negative 1 times negative 4x is positive 4x. And negative 1 times 18 is negative 18. So this is now already written in slope-intercept form. Ito, y equals mx plus b. Okay? So what is your m now? M ay yung may kasamang x. And that is 4. Okay, so pareho lang yung nakuha nating slope. Kanina, dun sa number 1, ang ginawa natin, kinuha mo yung ratio ng A at saka yung B. Yung A, ginawa nating negative. Or kinuha natin yung kanyang additive inverse. Okay, and we got positive 4. Dito naman, we rewrite our equation in slope-intercept form and we got the same answer. We got the same slope, which is positive 4. Okay, let's have another example for slope-intercept form. We have this equation 12 minus 3y minus 6x equals 0. So, sa slope-intercept form, kailangan ang matitira lang sa left ay yung y. The rest, kailangan nasa right. Okay? So, paano niyan to? So, yung 12 natin, ililipat mo sa right side. Magiging negative 12. Tapos, yung negative 6x, ililipat mo, transpose mo, magiging positive 6x. Okay, so ganyan na siya ngayon. Negative 3y equals 6x minus 12. Okay? So, kanina sabi ko, kailangan matira lang y. Okay? Pero yung y natin dito sa left ay meron pa siyang negative 3. So, paano matatanggalin yung negative 3? Divide the whole equation by negative 3. So, negative 3y divided by negative 3 is only y. Okay? Na-cancel na yung negative 3 doon. Okay? And then 6 divided by negative 3 is negative 2. And then we have x. Negative 12 divided by negative 3 is positive 4. So we now have this slope-intercept form. And our m is negative 2. Tandaan, kapag ang equation mo ay nakasulat sa slope-intercept form, ang kasama ng variable x ay yung slope natin. Okay? Very good. How do we find slope of a line if the given is a graph? When given a graph, we use the formula m is equal to rise over 1 to find the slope of the line. Okay? So here, we have example number 1. We have to identify or locate 2 points in the graph. This is our graph. Okay? It is decreasing. So in the graph, it is labeled as point 1 and point 2. So from point 1, we will count the number it rises downward, vertical. Diba? Ang formula natin is rise over run. Okay, so from point 1 to point 2, we will count the number it rises downward. Ilan yon? Okay, it's negative 7. Now, for the run or horizontal, count from left going to the right. Papunta sa point 2. Ilan yon? Okay, it's 7. So, the slope is negative 7 over 7. Ang rise natin ay negative 7. Ang run naman natin ay positive 7. Okay? So, simplify this. Negative 7 over 7, that's equal to negative 1. So, our slope is negative. Therefore, the graph is decreasing. Tama naman, di ba? It's decreasing. Okay? So, ganun lang ang pagkuha ng slope of a line kapag ang given ay graph. We will use the formula rise over run. Okay, another example. Here is the given graph. It's increasing. Okay, so now we will locate or label our 2 points. This is point 1 and point 2. So from point 1 to point 2, what is the slope? So ano yung kanyang rise, ano yung kanyang run? Okay, pag rise yan, vertical lagi. It's either upward or downward. Kapag naman run, to the right. Okay? So, from point 1 to point 2, ilan yon? Okay, it's 13. Diba? 13 units yon from point 1 to point 2. Okay, that is our rise. And then for the run, yung horizontal natin ay ilan? Okay, good. 8. So, the slope now is 13 over 8. Rise over run. Pwede ba bang simplify yung 13 over 8? Hindi na. Okay, so the slope is positive 13 over 8. So it's a positive slope. So the graph is increasing. Okay? Good. I hope clear na sa inyo yung concept ng ating slope, no? So this time, let's think. Let's apply. Okay, yung natutunan yung sa concept ng slope of a line. Situation number 1. Ayan. We have figure number 1, road 1, and figure number 2, road 2. This was taken from the learning activity sheet of DepEd Angeles City. Okay? So, traveling to 2 different hilly roads, alin kaya dyan yung mas mahirap i-drive? Yung bang road 1 or road 2? Okay, tama. Road 2. Kasi mas steep. Diba? Yung kanyang slope ay mas matarik. Okay, very good. Situation number 2. Yan. So, ngayon naman, pababa na siya from the hilly road. Okay? Which road will build up speed? Alin kaya sa dalawang daan ang magbe-build up ng bilis, ng speed? Okay, very good. Yung road 4. Kasi mas steep yung daan, mas magbe-build up yun ng bilis. Okay? Situation number 3. Driving on a flat ground. Do you think you can send text message or you can chat your friends when you are driving on a flat ground? Why or why not? Okay, very good. We cannot text or we cannot send a message to our friends when we are driving. Di ba? Meron tayong batas tungkol dyan. Bawal ang may distraction kapag nagdodrive tayo. Okay? Good. Situation 4. Ayan. Is it possible to drive like the illustrations shown? Impossible, di ba? Wala namang daan na ganyan. Okay? Kaya nga, it's also impossible to walk on a vertical wall. Okay? So, that's all for slope of a line. Okay? So, let's summarize our discussion. The slope of a line refers to its steepness. It can be solved using, ayan, the formula, rise over run, kapag ang given mo ay graph. Kapag naman ang given ay 2 points, we use this formula. Y sub 2 minus y sub 1 all over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Kapag naman ang given mo ay equation at nasa standard form, pwede mong gamitin ay negative a over b. The slope of a non-vertical line is constant. The slope of the horizontal line is 0, while that of the vertical line is not defined. So, that's it. Okay? I hope clear na sa inyo yung slope of a line. Sana alam nyo na kung paano kunin yung slope with different considerations. Okay? Pwedeng ang given mo ay points, 2 points, pwedeng graph or the equation itself. Okay? So, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for listening. This has been Sir CJ Luna. I'll see you next time. Be good always and God bless us all.